Hey, what's up everybody? I realized I didn't do any light and dark monsters in the last video, so I'm going to do a part 2. So these are liable light and dark monsters that you can get early game to help you progress further and so forth in dungeons and scenario. So the first one we're going to look at is the light harpy. If you somehow manage to drop her, she is Kabbalah awakened. She's extremely good in arena. You can put her on defense, use her on offense. It's fairly nice. You could probably use her in some scenario runs to level up as well. Her basic is a defense chance to break for 2 turns by 50% chance. It's extremely helpful, and honestly, it's good to have some defense breakers. It makes your runs go a lot faster. Her second is an AoE attack. It hits everybody, and it does pretty decent damage depending on how you have her ruined. She's a good monster, and I'm looking forward to finishing mine for its build. Her third increased the attack bar by all allies by 30%, just like the Wind Griffin Bernard's Tailwind. It's very nice. And she also decreases the chance of being hit by a critical hit by 50% chance for 3 turns. Not a lot of monsters you see have that. It's extremely helpful, so it lowers by half the chance to be critical hit, so it makes your runs a lot smoother as well. And honestly, I look forward to having that. For her, I would go Swift Blade or Swift Nemesis, Speed, Crit Rate, Crit Damage, or Attack, and then slot 6 Attack. Try to get as much speed as you possibly can. Early game, it's okay if she isn't too fast. You want to just focus on having her ruined and using her to the best of your ability. But for mid game, you'd want her like 200 plus speed because you're gonna need her for her third skill in arena, and she'll be super helpful. Then we got the light Garuda, Dion. Extremely helpful monster as well. You get it for free for starting arena or something from Durand a long time ago. It's been super long since I've done it, but the basic is the same for all Garudas. They have a chance to stun for 24% chance, and it's extremely helpful. My Economia, when I used it, stunned a lot with this basic. It's really nice, honestly. It's nice to have a stun as well. The second is the same as Economia. It fills up the allies' attack bar and strengthens their attack bar for 1 turn. So they get an attack buff, which increases the attack by 50%, and they get to have the next turn after Dion. So it's extremely helpful, and honestly, it's good for arena as well. Dion is decent for early game arena defense if you have it awakened for its third skill. And Dion can also help you run Giants 10 as well in the dungeons. Its third skill revives a dead ally and recovers HP of everybody by 20% chance. Or 20% each, sorry. So that's extremely helpful. But it has a second part to the skill. If no one's dead and you use it for the heal for 20% of your HP, the cooldown is reduced by 2 turns. It's reusable in 7, so that makes it reusable in 5. I'm pretty sure you can also get cooldown times in skill ups as well, so it might be a 4-turn, 3-turn type skill. It's going to be extremely helpful for arena for sure, and Giants B10, and Giants grinding all the way up there as well. Then you got the Light Inugami. Her name is Dion when you awaken her. Her basic is the general defense break for 2 turns with the Inugamis, which is nice. Her second is something that will be so helpful to you throughout all the game. I use her in Guild Wars, Arena, Dungeon Running, TOA. I use her everywhere I possibly can. She can take buffs off of enemies, so attack buffs, defense buffs, immunity, invincibility, crit rate, um, crit reducing buffs, counters, just everything, any type of buff. anything that is blue above their head, she can take away. And it doesn't hit 100% of the time, but it does work fairly often. And honestly, I still use her. She's great. She makes runs so much easier. She's helpful and just the whole 9 yards. Like she is a very wonderful monster to have. Then her third fills your attack bar of all your allies by 30%, just like Bernard's Tailwind, just like the other monster that we reviewed as well earlier. I already forgot the name in the light section, sorry. And then recovers HP by 30% for everyone. So that's really helpful to have. I know there's skill cooldowns into it. I'm pretty sure it goes down to 3. It's extremely nice having a heal. This would be a great healer to run in Giants to help you progress further throughout the floors. Then there's the Light Golem. Not too many people summon this. You need a Light and Dark Scroll to summon this. It's not a secret dungeon. Oh, that's what I forgot to mention earlier. Bella is a secret dungeon. You can summon her from a secret dungeon on Hall of Light Day. If you run it, you can drop dungeons for the Inugami, the Light Hellhound, the Light Salamander, the Light Pixie, the Light Yeti, Light Imp, Light Howl, Light Viking, and the Light Fairy. Light Fairy is also very good too. We'll go to her after. So, Awakened, this monster's name is Grogo. Extremely decent in arena. A lot of high tier players use her. I have one in my storage. I don't have ruins on her yet, so I haven't bothered, and I still need to 6-star her and everything too. So it's just one of my side projects. Her leader skill increases all light attribute monsters by 30%. Again, that will be really helpful for me because if you saw in the last video or the previous one, I showed some of my monsters as well, and I have quite a bit of light 6-stars, so this would be nice to run if I put all light defense. She has a passive. The inflicted damage of one attack won't exceed 20% of my maxed HP. So her total HP, 20% of that, it won't go over. So if it does say her max HP is like 20k and it hits you and they attack you, it won't do 20% of your HP. So that's extremely nice to have. And then her second skill increases defense for 3 turns, gives you immunity against harmful effects. Additionally, your attack speed increases by 50. So you get half your attack bar back, you get a 50% defense buff for 3 turns, and you get an immunity buff as well, which means no red dots can get put above your head, the harmful effects for losing 5% of your HP each turn, or attack break, glancing hit, defense break. So it's really nice. And then her basic attack for all the golems is 25% chance to stun, 10% chance to taunt the enemy. This attack deals more according to your defense. So for her, I would run triple energy or triple guard with at least 1 defense in slot 2, 4, or 6. And then 2 HP in the other 2. Always do percents, please never do flats. It's a waste of mana. So pretty much get about as much defense as you can and much HP as you can early game. End game, you probably want, honestly, like 30, 40k HP, or in between there, that's fine. You want probably 1.4 defense, like 1,400 defense, and she'll be a great staller for your defense on rush hour. So, anyways, the Light Fairy, Neil. She's extremely helpful. I don't know if I had one on this account. I had a second account as well, but I stopped playing on it. But she has a global leader skill which is usable anywhere. Resistance by 20%. It's nice to have early game. That means you have 20% extra chance to not have any debuffs put on you. Her third removes all allies' harmful effects, so anything right above you will get removed and makes them invincible for 2 turns. So that means you can't you still get debuffs on you, but it means you won't take any damage for 2 turns, which is really helpful as well. Then her second removes all debuffs, so anything right above you, for the target you select and recovers its HP. The recovery amount is proportionate to the attack power. And then her basic attack attacks 3 times and has a 20% chance to stun for 1 turn. For Neil, early game, I would just ruin her all energy, HP percent, HP percent, HP percent, 246, and pretty much just call it a day with that. But if you're a mid-game player watching this, I'd go Violent Endear, and I would go Speed, HP, HP, Speed and HP subs. Some defense subs would be nice too. Get her about 25k HP, and get her to like 160, 170 speed. Get her roughly around 1,000 defense, and she'll be pretty decent to help you out. You can use her in scenario. I wouldn't recommend using her in dungeons because you want a global heal. You don't want a single target heal. Then I haven't got this monster, but the Light Mantle. We explained the fire and water last video. She's the exact same. She has the ignore defense on her second. Her basic's the same. Only thing different is her her leader skill. Its critical rate for monsters with light attribute by 23%. It's extremely helpful. And awakened, her name is Shren. She has this third skill called Mystical Blood Transfusion. It removes all harmful effects on the ally target and also evens the HP ratio of you and the ally target. After that, both monsters are healed by 20% of their max HP. So she's a healer, really nice. For her, I would go early game if you summon her from Light and Dark. If you buy fragment pieces, or if you buy the scroll pack, or if you get the monthly scroll, I'd just go Fatal Blade, attack, crit rate, attack, attack, crit damage, attack, or attack all around. Aim for 60 to 70 crit rate, or you can ruin her triple blade, attack, crit damage, attack. With the 3 blade set and the basic crit rate, that'll put you to 51%, which is decent. And if you can get some crit rate subs to get at least 60, then you're good. And she'll be extremely helpful. She can also nuke targets down really hard, like the fire and water can, like I mentioned last video, how they can hit and break down massive tanks. But this one can kill tanks of any element because it's all neutral damage. So we'll go to the next monster, which would be the Light Bear Man. A lot of people say don't build him, don't 6-star him. Honestly, I have a lot of friends that 6-starred him and said he's awesome. I listened to the people that said don't do it. I got rid of it at 5-star, and now I want another one. So its basic has a chance to provoke the enemy with 50% chance, which is nice. Its second slams the enemy to deal damage. This attack will deal more damage according to your max HP, which is good. Then its passive recovers all allies by 12% by max HP if you critical hit when you attack your turn. And its leader skill increases defense by light attribute by 30%. So pretty much early game, if you get the Bearman secret dungeon, which is possible, go triple blade. Go attack, HP, attack, or attack, HP, HP. Preferably attack, HP, HP. You want to do a bit of damage, but you want to have a lot of HP so you can I'm sorry, so you can do more damage with strike. For Almond, you have to get as high as crit rate as possible. You want like 80 plus, especially if you're going triple blade, get as many crit rate subs as you can, because every time it crit, it heals. And then if you get this monster from a Light and Dark scroll as well, a really good help in mid game and beyond. It evolves. I keep saying evolves. It awakens into the monster called the Shear. Its leader skill is for guild battles. You don't have to worry about using it for its leader skill. But it's 21% HP. So in guild battles, obviously, if you need an HP lead, do it. Its basic attack disrupts the enemy's recovery for 1 turn. So they can't be healed unless they get researched by Konamiya or Dion, or Fallen Blossom by Chesu. or the Water Sky Dancer actually, their third skill can remove harmful effects as well, which is super nice. Second skill is a AoE heal. Recovers 15% of attack and increase their attack speed for 2 turns, so your turns will come faster. His third skill attacks 4 times, inflicting damage in proportion to my max HP. Removes a beneficial effect with 50% chance to attack. If you kill an enemy, you can use this skill again next turn. So pretty much any blue things above their head, this attack can remove it with a 50% chance per each one of those hits. So one hit can remove it, or all 4 can't. It's just a gamble. But for a Shear, early game, I'd go HP all around, like energy runes all around, HP percent, HP percent, HP percent. But mid game, I would go Violent Energy or Violent Blade, and I would go HP, crit damage, HP, aim for like 60 plus crit rate, try to get like 150 crit damage, and Massacre will do boatloads of damage, and it's awesome. Or you can stay with all energy and go HP all around. Massacre will do about 3.4k per hit, opposed opposed to like the 5k it can do on crit damage with HP in slot 2 and 6. But that's your choice. I still have it on all energy because I haven't honestly used them. I just set them aside for now because I'm not really in a hurry. But anyways, this monster is a secret dungeon on light day as well. The Vagabond, it awakens into Darien. Ha, I said awaken. Its passive is called Knighthood. It decreases all the damage done to your allies by 15%. This effect won't add up to other damage. So if it's if it they get the Fire Neostone agent Lisa and she uses her third, it's only going to deflect 15% of the damage. It won't deflect 15% damage of each hit from the monsters because her third skill allows you to attack with two other teammates. Um, the second skill attacks the enemy with a sword 2 times. Each attack has a 30% chance to decrease the target's attack power. So it's attack debuff. So 50% of their attack will be taken away. Nice to have. Its basic can break a defense for 2 turns, and it does more damage with more HP. So early game, I'd go energy all around, HP percent, HP percent, HP percent for 2, 4, 6. End game, I would go Violent Endure. I would go HP crit rate or crit damage HP, or I'd go speed HP HP. Speed HP HP would be a lot better if you start running raids as well. You can use this monster in raids. You can use it in dragons. You can use it in giants. So probably go Violent Endure, Speed HP HP, because you can't have monsters too slow for giants and dragons. Last floor, the 10th floor, they need to be like 150 plus, 160 plus, so they can all move before the boss, and you can clear it a lot faster. Um, there's a little bit more 3 stars left. This you can get from Light and Dark Scroll as well, or the fragment pieces, but it awakens the monster called Driller. Extremely helpful. It's just like the Fire Frankenstein. I don't remember if we talked about him, but for him you'd go defense, crit damage, defense. But if you're early game, go defense, crit rate, defense. You can go triple guard or violent guard. If you're early game, I recommend going triple guard. Honestly, I'm probably even going to go triple guard late, like mid to late game for where I'm at because it's more suitable. Its basic its basic attack hits 2 times, sorry, and deals damage in proportion to your defense. Each attack has 25% chance to stun the enemy for 1 turn. If the enemy is not suffering from any harmful effects, 1 additional attack is added. So if he has no red symbols above his head, it will hit 3 times instead of 2. This attack crushes all enemies and decreases the attack bar of each of them by 30%. Damage of this attack is proportional to your max HP and defense. So skills off your HP and defense. So late game, if you go triple guard or guard um, violent, or you can go guard energy as well. Try to get some HP subs when you go for your crit rate and crit damage subs. It'll help out a lot, trust me. And uh, the AoE attack bar reduction by 30% is so helpful. That's a third of their attack bar pretty much gone. And the last attack hits 4 times, deals damage proportional to your defense. 2 additional attacks are added if the enemy's max HP is lower than yours. If the target is suffering, and the target is suffering from harmful effects. So same as the second. If you if they don't have any red marks above their head, then it'll hit more, which is great because that means it hits 6 times instead of 4 times. So that's super helpful, and it would make it amazing. And it scales off defense, so that's good. And if their HP is lower than yours, then there you go. All the power to you. You get 6 hits. So that's it for all like the overly useful monsters for early game for light. Honestly, dark doesn't really have that much, so it's not going to really take long for that. There's this, the Dark Harpy, which evolves into Helena. Awakens. Oh my god, I was doing so good. Um, pretty much the basic attack for all Harpies. Defense break for 2 turns. This attack hits 2 times and can stun the enemy for 1 turn if you crit. And this third skill attacks the enemy, dealing damage, decreasing the enemy's defense, and applying a branding effect for 2 turns. A branding effect is something we've never talked about. That just increases the damage they can take by, I think it was like 25% or something like that, extra damage. So that that also doesn't stack with Darian's passive, where it absorbs 15% of the damage. If they're branded, it will not absorb the extra damage that the branding allows the enemy to make on them. But she's super helpful as well. She was one of my favorite monsters when I started out, to be honest. I dropped her in my very ever first Light and Dark monthly scroll. It was great. And then her leader skill is attack power by 30% for the dark attribute monsters. She can run Necro B10 for those of you who are in mid game and watching this. She is able to run it. Branding effects help severely in Necro, and her multi-hit second skill is nice. Then there's the Dark Serpent, Mantura. This is good for TOA, and you can probably use it in Dragons 10 or Giants 10 as well. I can definitely see Giants 10. The basic attack for all Serpents remove beneficial effects by 70 with a 70% chance, 75, sorry. So anything blue above the target's head. Second attack decreases attack speed for 2 turns, and it's AoE, so it hits everybody, and it scales off your max HP. And then the third skill, this got a buff recently, I'm pretty sure. Attacks all enemies, weaken their defense, deals continuous damage for 2 turns. The damage of this attack is in proportion to your max HP. And then the leader skill is for Arena, HP 21%. Mantura can run TOA hard, TOA normal, Giants B10, maybe even Dragons B10. So it's a really diverse monster. You can use it in arena offense as well. I would not recommend it in defense. So pretty much I would go, if you're early game and you have it, I'd go energy all around your runes, so 3 sets of energy. I'd go HP, crit rate HP, or HP, HP, HP. If you're mid game, I would go violent energy, or violent endure, or violent nemesis, or even swift with any of those 2 broken set, or that 2 set, sorry. And I'd go speed, crit damage, HP, or speed, HP, HP, crit rate, crit damage, HP subs. It'll help a lot. The dots are really nice in TOA. That's pretty much what TOA runs off of, is just getting dots. Now there's this Dark Werewolf, which awakened its Joltan. Basic HP Disrupt for skill 1. Skill 2, dashes towards enemy, inflicting damage 2 times. Each attack has a 30% chance to stun the target, and this damage is scaled off max HP. Its passive inflicts 12% of my max HP as damage when you're attacked with a critical hit and weakens defense for 1 turn with every attack. So every time you attack, you get you have a chance to defense break. It's really helpful if you get critical, then they take 12% of your max HP. So for Joltan, early game, energy all around, HP, HP, HP. HP, crit rate, HP. That's what you'd want. Late game, you want violent revenge. You want speed, crit damage, HP, or HP, crit damage, HP, crit rate, crit damage, and HP subs. You can use them in Guild Wars, you can use them in Arena defense, you can use them in Arena offense, as a tank. That's probably the only places I'd run him. I wouldn't take him into dungeons. And his leader skills attack speed by 16% in Guild Wars. Pretty helpful. And then the second last, maybe third last, helpful monster in Dark is Jubel, the Dark Fang. He has a dungeon as well. Sorry if you heard that noise. I messed up and hit a key. His basic is the basic chance to defense break, and according to your max HP, he deals damage. The second attacks an enemy, and you can provoke them with 80% chance. His passive decreases the chance of receiving a critical hit by 50%, decreases the cooldown of your skill each time you're attacked. So every time you're attacked, the little C reusable 3 turns, it'll go down by 1 turn each time you're hit. So you can literally get hit 3 times in one thing, and you can use that attack every turn. I apologize, I'm still sick. For him, early game energy all around, HP percent, HP percent, HP percent. Mid to late game, violent endure, just like Darien, the light one. Speed, crit damage, HP, speed, HP, HP, crit rate, HP, and crit damage subs. Extremely helpful. And he's really nice to have. You can use him in raids. You can use him in giants. You can use him in dragons. You can use him in TOA as well. Just like Darien, you can use him in TOA as well. But I only on boss stages I'd bring Darien. I wouldn't bring him through like the mob stages in between. Oh man. Second last monster is Thrain, the Dark Grim Reaper. He doesn't have a secret dungeon. You get him from Light and Dark Scroll. He is one of the best Trials of Ascension hard mode monsters out there, I swear. So if you get him early game, do not get rid of him. Just throw him in storage, or you can use him in I'm sorry, oh my gosh. Or you can use him when you're starting to run TOA once you get better ruins. His basic, if you kill someone with his basic, he gets another turn. It's nice. His second inflicts continuous damage by 80% chance that lasts for 2 turns. His third is the best thing ever, I swear. Meteorites of Doomsday fall on the enemy and inflict damage increased with time. Stuns the enemy for 1 turn if the enemy is under continuous damage. So you use his second and then use his third, and you get a free stun. AoE attack. For its second and third AoE. And then its leader skill is his dark attribute, attack buff by 30%. For him, late game, violent focus is the best solution. Speed, HP, accuracy. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Early game, I wouldn't even honestly bother ruining him because there's no other really alternatives to the violent focus, and you need dragons for that. So honestly, I just throw him in monster storage and just leave him there for a bit. Um, this Dark Hargrave here, some people summoned it. This is the last one. You can use this in raids. You can use this in Trials of Ascension. You can use this in dragons. You can use it in giants. You can use it in arena defense, arena offense. Like this is a very versatile monster. Its basic increases the attack bar of allies by with the lowest by 15%. Its second skill attacks the enemy, decreasing the attack bar by 50% with a 70% chance. Decrease Decrease the target's attack speed for 2 turns with 70% chance. This attack will deal more damage according to your defense. Its third skill increases the attack speed of all allies and recovers their HP by 15% in each for 3 turns. So that's 45% HP heal in 3 turns. It's really helpful. That's half your HP pretty much. And attack speed buffs are always nice to have, especially in Trials of Ascension. You want to run through it fast and lay down dots. So this is helpful. For this, I would ruin early game if you got it. Triple guard, defense, 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 or defense, HP, defense to help you with dungeons. End game, I would go violent revenge for raids. Go speed, defense, HP, or you can go violent endure, speed, defense, HP, or violent energy, speed, defense, HP, or violent will, speed, defense, HP. Pretty much how I would run it. Try to get like 1,200 defense at least. Get like over 20k HP and you're golden. Oh my. I need to get some sleep. Um, so yeah, it's currently 2 in the morning for me, so I am definitely going to go to bed now. So that concludes this video. I hope it helped, and I hope people that need help actually get to see this video and can progress further in the game. Thank you for watching. I hope you like the video. Comment, rate, subscribe if you want to see more. Comment below if you have any video options or things you want to see in the future. Everything is taken into consideration, so thank you everyone and have a good night.